Hello everybody, Chaf Beis Teves, and we are finishing off Perek Yudal today. So we just discussed yesterday that a Tzadik, he is bestowed from God a gift, that he gets to experience a ray of what we all will experience when we go up to Shemayim and Gan Eden. And that experience of godliness, that ray that he gets to see and enjoy, the Ava B'Tay Nugim, it creates a love where he gets to delight in God's greatness. So that's what causes him to be a tzaddik, and that only comes from as a gift from God. So now that we know that, we can understand another thing that we mentioned in Perek Aleph in Tanya. We said that in the Gemara it says, Mashpin oisei tehi tzaddik v'alti Rasha. It says that we make the soul swear that it'll be a tzaddik and that it will not be a Rasha. So the question is, why double down on that shvuah? If you're going to be a tzaddik, that means you're not going to be a Rasha. So why say to be a tzaddik and not to be a Rasha? So to explain, now that we know that being a tzaddik isn't within everyone's grasp, it's only if God bestows it upon you. So asking somebody to be a tzaddik, he might not achieve that, and it's not going to be his fault. So we ask him in reverse, at least don't be a Rasha. Do everything that is within your control to not be a Rasha. And we said that the Bienoni can control his thought, speech, and action. So that's why we double down on the shvuah. Question is, if it's not in his control to be a tzaddik, why ask him to be tzaddik in the first place? Why make him swear that he should be a tzaddik? So to answer that, the Alter Rebbe goes through a couple of stages. He says, first of all, we want you to at least try. We want you to use a mental process to imagine delighting in God and to really imagine how connecting with Him as the source of life is a real beautiful experience, and that could start to generate almost, not quite like what the tzaddik experiences, but almost kind of love like that. And also in reverse, to think about all of Gashmias, how it's empty and it's negative, and he gives us different meditations to look at. If you look at food, so you could either have basic food that fulfills your need for food, or you could get fancy, crazy, high, very culinary specific food. And he says it all ends up in the same place anyway. You need your energy, you get that, then it goes to the garbage. So why focus on that? He says all Gashmiastic things, all physical things eventually turn to dust. So if you put your faith into Gashmias, it'll turn to dust. Instead, focus on God and connecting into a very intense spiritual bond with Him. And the Bienoni will start to experience something like that level of love that the tzaddik experiences. Then he says, the Alter Rebbe says, that when you act on a certain habit and you try to you do it again and again and again, it already becomes like second nature. So by doing this thought process of generating this love, even though you're copying, it's not so authentic, you're sort of mimicking what the tzaddik experiences, but this will become your teva, it'll become your nature. And then the Alter Rebbe says there's a concept, Isrusa del Sata, Isrusa del Ela, that when we make a move, we show, hey, I'm really into this, so God reciprocates. And He may actually, because of your involvement and investment, He may bestow the gift upon you. Also, the Alter Rebbe points out a very interesting scenario. There could be tzaddikim in Shemayim who are witnessing your effort and witnessing your intense devotion, and one of these tzaddikim can decide to, the word is impregnate, it's ibur, that he could impregnate your body with his soul. It's almost like a dibuk where you already have a soul and he will be like a chaperone soul. So if a tzaddik from up high sees that you're giving an effort, he may come and into your soul to impregnate your body with his soul to guide you along the path, and now that you're being chaperoned by a tzaddik, you could experience that level of tzaddik. So that's why we first of all swear that he should try to be a tzaddik, because that may eventually even lead to him becoming a tzaddik. And at least we say the Alti Rasha, at least don't be a Rasha. That is today's Tanya. Thank you very much. Mir Hashem, we will see you tomorrow.